If you're looking for the ultimate everyday watch, an alternative to the Rolex Oyster Perpetual or Omega Aquaterra, then this is a watch that you seriously need to consider. It is completely over-engineered with a design that works in almost any situation. Hello there, my name's Kieran, welcome to TopTierTicker, I hope you're having a good day. Today we'll be checking out one of the most exciting watch releases of the year so far. The everyday watch, or go anywhere, do anything watch, is an essential part to any enthusiast collection. Having a watch that can work in any situation with any outfit is a great tool to have in the watch box, because we all have those days where either you're in a rush and you don't know what to wear, or you might need a watch that can adapt throughout the day, going to work, going to the movies, maybe even playing sports, a watch that can handle it all. That's why watches like the Rolex Oyster Perpetual or Omega Aquaterra are so loved by so many. They're watches that never look out of place and can handle any environment that they might find themselves in. Now, a lot of watch brands, they attempt the everyday watch, and to be honest with you, a lot of them fail. Typically, this is in the spec department with a lack of durability, but the watch that we're taking a look at today delivers everything that you'd need in an everyday watch, and then some. It's completely overbuilt to handle harsh environments, even though it has an incredibly universal design that can work in both dressy and casual situations. This is a brand new watch, fresh off the press, releasing on the same day as this video, and it's a new release by my favourite British microbrand, Beaucroft. And it's a watch that I think is going to be very popular. Beaucroft are best known for creating super beautiful and sophisticated dress watches. So this is something completely new from them. And I'm so glad they didn't just throw their ethos out of the window here. They've stuck to their principles and created a watch that fits amongst the Beaucroft catalogue, whilst delivering a completely different genre of watch. And that's not easy to do. Therefore, I think you still get a lot of that British sophistication with this piece. Something that they've done so well at creating with their other models. I think they've achieved that by a very meticulous design process. You can tell a lot of work has gone in here to make each element work with each other. And this model has a super cool name. It's called the Element. My guess is that it's called that to emphasize that it's built for all of the elements from Mother Nature. Wind, rain, sun and ocean, it can conquer them all. This is a watch open for pre-order from the release date of this video. And that means a couple of things. Yes, you do have to wait a few months for your watch to be made and delivered, but that also means a hefty discount. Pre-order price is $549 or £549 for UK customers, which includes all import duties. Now that is a fair chunk of change, but I think once you see this watch a little bit closer and see the spec sheet on offer, you'll understand why. We actually see 6 different versions of this watch on launch. The most universal options are the Obsidian Black, followed by the Ocean Blue, and then my favourite, the Forest Green. We then have 3 super vivid options with the GNT, which is a minty green, the Glacial Blue, and then this absolutely gorgeous Sunset Orange. Today I have the Sunset Orange and the Glacial Blue to show you. Definitely 2 of the more flamboyant from the collection, but 2 that will certainly catch the eye, and who knows, they might even start a conversation. There's so many different levels within this dial, with so many different finishes amongst them, that I honestly don't even know where to start. I think an important thing to highlight here is that even though these dials are incredibly dynamic, they still have fantastic legibility, which is super important for an everyday watch. I think this is mostly achieved by those applied indexes sitting above the different dial levels, but the indexes also contrast heavily with the colour around them due to the gradient finish of the dial. And that applied Beaucroft logo sits below the double 12 o'clock index so well. The different angles and colours just work delightfully together here, and it's just a wonderful dial to look at. The multifaceted handset matches the indexes perfectly, with a mixture of finishes and a plot of lume within. And lume is another very important factor to creating a great everyday watch. It doesn't need to be as strong as a diver, let's say, but it needs to be good enough for like exploration if necessary. The Element is equipped with Swiss BGW9 Superluminova, which delivers a beautiful blue glow, and I am very impressed with the lume experience here. It even outperforms some microbrand divers I've tried in the past. Speaking of, the water resistance is another massive ingredient for the everyday watch. In my opinion, the perfect everyday piece needs to feature at least 100 meters of water resistance. This ensures that the watch can survive a swim and deal with some change in temperature. But this is where the Element is over-engineered. Who needs 200 meters for an everyday watch? Not me, not you, but that's exactly what we get here. Indeed, the Element can survive a dive, with a screw-down crown and caseback providing confidence in that 200 meter rating. I also think that the shape of a watch is massively under-considered when it comes to this category. The Oyster Perpetual, the Aquaterra, they have incredibly basic basic silhouettes that allow them to be dressed up and dressed down. Face on, that's exactly what the Element offers. But from the side, we see that awesome bridged construction from lug to lug carried over from the Seeker model. This 3-piece case features 3 different finishes too, brushing to the lugs and bezel with polished surfaces separating them, and then a sandblasted finish below the case for good measure. And the finishing here is done to an excellent standard, some of the best I've seen in fact. And you can also expect these finishes to last longer than usual because this watch comes with a scratch resistant coating, increasing the hardness up to 1300 Vickers, which is said to be around 6 times harder than your regular untreated 316L steel. That coating is also used on the bracelet and clasp. Here we have a genuine 3-link construction with excellent articulation, completely brushed with a single polished edge running along each side. The closed clasp is super basic in design, but it comes to life once it's opened. The milled scissor features a perlage finish, completely unnecessary but absolutely beautiful to look at. We then have a quick adjust mechanism using the push button system, allowing for about a link's worth of micro adjustment on the go. And I think that we can all agree that the perfect everyday watch has to feature a sapphire crystal, as dings, bangs and scrapes are way more common than we'd all like. Beaucroft here has gone with a double dome sapphire with anti-reflective treatment on the underside. That dome does however add a bit of thickness to the size of this watch, coming in at 12mm. Remember, water resistance here is 200 meters, so that's actually remarkably impressive. Case diameter here is coming in at 39.5mm, with the lug to lug coming in at 46.5mm. This watch sits well against the wrist due to the case curvature, and it fits my 6.5-inch wrist like a dream. And probably the least important factor when it comes to an everyday watch is the movement. The Element is fitted with the Miyota 9039, which has a high beat rate and a 40-hour power reserve. Typical accuracy is -10 to +30 seconds per day. However, these watches are being regulated right here in Britain to be within just 10 seconds per day, with both of the models that I have here running within just 3 seconds. And the cherry on top of the cake with these watches is something that is often overlooked. These watches are assembled right here in Great Britain, meaning that a skilled British watchmaker is putting your Element together and regulating the movement before it hits your wrist. This alone is incredibly cool and puts this watch above the competition, at least for me. So what don't I like about this watch? The doming to the crystal does add some reflections. The design to the case back does feel a little bit out of place, and I think I would have preferred a polished seconds hand on all of the models. I also think they should have offered this watch on a sailcloth strap. I think that this watch is begging to be put on one of those, and I think they would look awesome. This video is not sponsored, by the way. These watches are only on loan from Beaucroft. I just think these are super compelling watches that are worth your consideration. You'll find a link to the pre-order page below. Go and check out some of the other colours in a bit more detail. And I think I might just be pre-ordering one of these myself. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Bye for now.